Hello and welcome on this fresh episode of Hub Encounter. Today we have a very special guest. Special for two purposes. First is that this is his first ever interview after taking over as Goa governor. And secondly, very special because he also belongs to a royal family. So from His Majesty to His Excellency, we have to talk about both the factors. We have with us Goa Governor Ashok Gajapathi Raju. Thank you very much, sir.
Honored.
Sir, a very quick reaction which everyone would like to ask
You
is
see,
that
I was born in free India with complete citizens' rights, subject to none.
so you are not
And
Maharaja.
So I consider that fossil of the past. Now, people have to get, those who are caught in that have to get out of that hangover. We are to take inspiration from the past, work now for the future. If we start living in the past, it's not going to help anybody.
So, but still you
So-
have this legacy of being son of
Legacies are
Maharaja
there, yeah.
of Vijayanagara.
Definitely,
and then-
you're proud of the legacy because the work that was done by the previous generations, that you're proud of. You see, any colonist type of thing, they had their own culture. Colonizing things. Right now, if you look at today's news item, that America wants to economically colonize the whole world. It's a different type of colonization, a different type of slavery they're trying to inflict. Now, they always say in history repeats itself. When people forget history.
Correct.
If you remember history, history will never repeat itself. You won't allow it.
Sir, coming back to Goa, a very
Yeah.
quick question. What is your reaction about Dr. Pramod Sawant-led government?
You see, any government is elected by the people. And more so in a democracy, it's an elected government, constitutionally constituted under our Indian Constitution. Now, there have been certain hiccups in the Indian Constitution in the past. We have to outgrow that. If you don't outgrow it, there's a problem. Center-state relationships, these are professional relationships. Now, they are based on the Constitution of India. Because the Constitution was violated willfully or unknowingly, in center-state relationships, there have been commissions like the Sarkaria Commission in the past. So they have given a lot of recommendations which the government of India over a period of time has accepted. And you have to go forward. You can't go backward.
So, what is your reaction about this government, sir? Pramod Sawant
Right
government?
now, I find them working. Actually, it is for the people to judge. It's not a governor who should judge the government. Governor is supposed to advise within his limitations. So you advise within your limitations. And they are independent people, they know the field. I myself was a legislator for long years.
I think 8 times you got elected.
Yeah, 8 times I was there. So I've been in opposition, I've been in ruling. But whatever it is, ultimately, whether you're in the ruling party or in the opposition parties, ultimately it's the truth. So you have to get at the truth. Now, what is the truth? If the truth guides you, people will appreciate. If lobbies guide you, the chances are that people will not appreciate. You will not be able to fool everyone for all time. You can fool some people for some time. But that's it.
So this is in general context that you
Yeah, I'm saying in a general context because it is the government elected by the people. They have to be respected like that. And they have to constitutionally function within the framework of our constitution. Now, our constitution, we are one country. There are subjects that are divided between Government of India, state government, and different functionaries. Like your constitutional functions are there, like you have the Finance Commission, then you have the Election Commission. They are functions, all are creatures of the Constitution of India. Even the governor is a creation of the Constitution of India. The Chief Minister is also a creation of the Constitution of India.
Are you closely monitoring the government?
No,
on
you
a everyday
watch.
basis?
Monitoring is a wrong terminology.
Okay.
You watch if you keep inquiring, you keep yourself informed.
How often you speak to the chief minister?
No, I've not gone and out of the way to speak to him. We meet in certain functions. We exchange pleasantries. Just yesterday, there was a lovely function here on Ayurveda. So we met there and we had an informal lunch together in that institution. So that's there. So you do talk. Then he was kind enough to invite me over Ganesh festival was
Yeah.
there recently. And it's an important festival in Goa. So he invited me to his house. My wife and me went there. We spent some time with the family. So these courtesies will be there. And we go ahead. We have to work together.
So right now there is one issue, which after that I'll come to other questions. This is about the law and order situation. A social activist was attacked.
Yeah, I also read about it in the papers. I've
so
read
what is your
about it.
reaction? Are you also asking government a report on that incident by any chance?
You see, I'm not asking for any report as of now. As of now, no. This was the question that was asked to me at that tourism policing thing.
Kala Academy.
So I had mentioned at that time, I have confidence in my government. And what is the truth, we are trying to find out. Because our action should be on the truth. It should not be coercing or influencing a government, which we are not expected to do. We are supposed to understand what is happening and go ahead. Now, there are allegations. It's not that we haven't seen them in the press. But it's our job to get at the truth.
Okay, so let the government do their job. That's what. you will do.
Obviously, government should do their job. They have to continue to do their job. If they don't do their job, we don't know what should happen and all that type of thing. But the idea, we don't go to or take foregone conclusions that they won't do their job. We think that all governments will function under the Constitution. They have all taken oaths under the Constitution of India that they will work in the interest of the people, free from influence, literally. That's the thing. Without favor, fear or favor.
That's what oath they also take.
Yeah, I understand that everybody who takes an oath understands the words that they are uttering in the corner and try to work towards that. That's
Sir, when you were very active in politics, we have seen for ages, you can say, decades, you can say, you are active in politics. You even went to become Union Civil Aviation Minister. Were you monitoring Goa politics then, or for you just Goa was
You
a
see,
small state?
No. You see, Goa was an important state. Small or not, every state is important. In fact, at that time, when we came up with this proposal of 2 airports, one on the east coast and one on the west coast, Goa was chosen.
Okay.
You had the defense minister who was a former chief minister of Goa, Manohar Parekar ji. He was interested. We were all interested. I had visited that area long before the airport even work started.
You went to Mopa, you mean?
Yeah,
You have seen Mopa much before the airport.
yeah, I have.
Okay.
Because it's my duty to go around the country, and I have gone, I think, I must have touched about 30 states.
As a civil aviation
Son
minister.
as a civil aviation minister, and interacted with people. In fact, what is heartening in that tenure is that most of the inactive airports, because more than half of them were inactive, we were able to put in policies in place.
That is Udan scheme you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
We were able to put in policies in place, which the low-hanging fruit came in. We were also recognized as the fastest growing aviation in the world in terms of passenger traffic. And these are memories that nobody can pull from you in your life. It gives you satisfaction. So ultimately, if you work, you'd like to be satisfied with what you do. Even as a, say, media person or even as a press person, you'd like to be satisfied with what you're doing.
Yes.
If you're not going to do something that you're not going to be satisfied with, then why the hell are you doing it?
Correct.
So this is the thing.
So you had a contacts with Goa much before you became the governor.
Yeah, I've been to Goa about a couple of times because Goa has a lot of infrastructure which is useful also. In aviation itself, we have had quite a few meetings here in Goa. In fact, after becoming a governor, I visited your Fort Agoda.
Fort Agoda, yeah.
What impressed me most was the water tank. You have 24.5 lakh gallons of water
Yeah, sure.
was collected. The way they've collected it, because those days there was no electricity, that type of quantity of water, how Indian scientists and Indian labor perform is something. Like, and Goa has one of those things here.
You're also right now living on a fort actually. This is Fort Ton Raj Bhavan and then
Raj Bhavan has a history of colonization time onwards, and probably the mouth of that river, Mandavi. Because they wanted full control, so firepower from both sides. So that was their way of looking at it. But it's a picturesque spot. Here, this Raj Bhavan itself, two rivers going to the Arabian Sea.
are you loving to be here, liking to be here on this?
It's a beautiful place. The Raj Bhavan here, I think its wealth of birds is something.
You've been always close to nature. We saw your interview some 10 years back when you were talking about mango trees and childhood memories of getting on mango trees and plucking them.
So I guess memories of childhood will remain with everyone throughout their lives. So
Sir,
that's,
Enough said! Enough said, let's end. Start drinking in the rhythm. What you're feeling is the vibe. About to make a drink and wanna race it to the tribe. Minutes is the time when I'm drinking in the ride. Enough said, let's end. Start join the tribe. Enough said! Never see me cause I'm racing against the time. Wanna hear you scream. Never see me cause I'm taking what is mine. This your time, now you
a shift from an active politician to a post of governor where you have to be a very balanced, play a very balanced role. How was it for you?
You see, balanced role will be common. Because if you have an imbalanced role as a people's representative, that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah.
So balanced role is a common thing. Now as a people's representative, you need a lot more energy. And after the age of 65, say, you have to go through major surgeries, which I've unfortunately had, but had the good fortune also of coming out of it on my spine and aneurysms. I had these surgeries, so it sapped my energy. Because of the waves and all that, we are part of India and Telugu Desam
Correct.
party.
Yeah.
Just before becoming the governor, only I resigned
From TDP
from TDP because we should not be in active
politics.
there. Because unlike earlier where people have come into the governor's role and then gone back as union ministers and or
Then there are
even chief
controversies.
ministers and generating controversies everywhere, I think India has outgrown that.
Yeah.
So, so that's a good sign. So let's see.
So for you, it's a pause on political career, or it's a full stop on political career?
I don't think I have the energy to get back now. After the surgeries and age also is catching. So you feel nice that at least your long years in public life has been recognized. And again, you are allowed to continue in public life. Only thing you are appointed by the Rashtrapati and not by the people. So that's the only difference. But then it's a nice feeling that you are serving your country.
But by heart, you remain a TDP leader.
You see, political thought does not vanish. But there's a thing called what do you call a balance. Now, political thought, unfortunately, in our country, is being misconstrued to the extent that if brothers fight, the parents will tell them, don't bring politics home. While politics has everything to do with thought, everything to do with philosophy, it has so many angles to it. Now, how do we as Indians rise to our potential? As an Indian, all of us have a role there. And the higher you are or rise in life, you have to define that role to yourself and play it. Nobody is going to tell you what you are supposed to do. And our problem is that people have to come to decisions. You can't depend on somebody to come to your decision.
It's your individual thought.
Individual thoughts have an impact, collective thoughts have an impact, and you're not alone. Everyone in governments, they have to get their teams working.
So when you are told that you will be the next governor of Goa, what was your first reaction?
I was happy that I was there, and it was a mixed reaction because I was also fully aware that I have to resign from my political party, and a party which you have served for so many decades. Leaving it is a problem, but then life is not going to be smooth throughout. Certain ups will be there, certain downs will be there. And if you want to continue serving your country, which is also important, in fact, I would say paramount, then you have to sacrifice something.
What was the first thought that hit your mind when you heard about Goa, saying that I'm going to Goa? Is it Mopa Airport that you remember that I have been to this place?
This is a pretty place. It's no doubt a small state, but it's a pretty place. And you're coming here, your any assignment is a learning assignment. And what you can say is, we are on that side Telugu speaking. Here you're Konkani speaking. So there's a difference. Our literature there is different. Your literature here is different. They are common points.
Correct.
They are also differences. Now that's nice. You
We are on
learn
the
a
west
lot.
coast, you are on the east coast.
Your rainfall is double of the east coast. So if you look at it, your literacy is rather high, while our literacy there has to catch on. So there are things, there are differences, and one has to work together. And if the whole country, everything comes together, it's good. We
Sir, we
all
have
will
seen-
progress together.
Sir, we have seen the post of governor getting stressful in the past when the majority with the government was very thin. Like 1 or 2 MLA used to go from this side to another side, and then we used to have another. We had some 10 chief ministers in 10 years. But at least when you have come here, there is an absolute majority with the BJP government. So my now question is it good to have an absolute majority with any government, or you think that there also should be a strong opposition which should
You
put them on
see,
top?
opposition has its role, ruling parties have their role. And even governors also have their role. Like we have had governors in our country who can't even count, who have kind of dismissed majority. This is. So that's why I'm saying Sarkaria Commission has given guidelines. There are things, now there are hiccups come, God forbid, nobody wants hiccups. We'd like people to give clear majorities to whoever they want so that there is clarity and no confusion. You see, when policy gets implemented, result is something different. When one's announced policy and deeds, the transmission losses are high. There's all types of problems. So we do not want or wish that.
But opposition also has to play a major role in
Opposition definitely has a role. In any democracy, opposition definitely has a role. You have Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, who was incarcerated here just across.
Yes. Yeah, Bhagwada, same
He was
place.
a very, very active politician, freedom fighter. And he encouraged your liberation movement also. And it's not only your liberation movement. He was involved in the country's liberation movement. So that way, they
Opposition.
defined their own things to themselves. He spent long years in Parliament in the opposition. So that's there.
So what about current opposition, sir? Especially about Goa. Have you met them? Have you?
Oh yeah,
interacted
some of them have called on me. They've told me some problems. So I told them, I listen to you, but I have to apply my mind to what problems you have raised.
Often they knock your doors when everything.
They can't knock. This is a free country. Anybody can knock at anybody's door. Within, of course, human limits. So, whatever one feels, one is capable of telling or articulating, let them articulate.
What are the issues for you in Goa which are of crucial importance right now?
Right now, throughout the country, I'm thinking that there is a problem that we are all going to come in. You see, now, if you look at, learn from others' mistakes. If you insist on making the same mistakes, then you have a problem. Like most of Europe, America, they all went into the family control mode. Children. We all say children are our future, and then we don't allow children to be born. Then what are we doing to our future? Now, this is a trend which we have seen in the West, seen in a lot of countries, including China. So demographically, if you are not going to have children, then we don't have a future.
Are you looking at it as a problem of future
Yes, I
for
think
India?
so. Today it might not be, but say 20 years from now, if you look at, say, Kerala has already gone into a tremendous negative growth. I think Goa has caught on.
Birth rate, you mean? To say.
Yes. Yes, I mean
There
that.
there was a time when people
And-
used to say कि हम दो हमारे दो. Now you want to say कि हम दो. You at least have
At
तुम्हारे
least
दो.
hum do to, you reach hum do. You reach the replacement levels. So that, you see, any population that increases in a very fast rate generates a problem. Decreasing also generates a problem. Now, what is the problem that you're seeing worldwide?
Correct.
Now, if you look at the China, demographically, it has a different type of problem. There, even the gender ratios have gone haywire. Thank God, at least in our country, either in Kerala or here where the declines are showing, even Tamil Nadu now has gone into a negative posture. There are some states with replacement levels. So I envisage in another 20 years, if you don't watch out, what is America's problem today? They had to go and get talent from wherever they can get in the world. They went that way.
Search for talent.
Now,
Scout for talent. Rather.
now whatever they become, and they were so cost conscious. Everything make money, make money, make money. They forgot the human element. So whenever you get anybody, they bring in their own culture, language, their own literature, their own value structures.
So that's your worry,
You're once upon a time you had slaves, so now you're no slavery.
Correct.
So there's a difference.
Yeah.
Now, if you want people to remain as a slave in substance, it's not going to work.
So what is exactly your worry? Is that after 20 years down the line there will be
20,
democratic
25 years down the line, how are you going to manage?
with reducing population?
The alarming rate that it's reducing.
Do you want the central government to think about this?
Obviously, states have to think, central government has to think. Right now, we are in a comfortable position. We are one of the few countries which still have we are called a younger country.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, we have to look after our youngsters. There are problems. It's not that there are no problems. Like, what was worrying me was this, you call it, in Goa, there were, for instance, in the papers, some students were dying.
Bits Pilan.
Bits Pilani, other things. Now, this worries you.
Drugs you are talking about.
Well, drugs,
Suicides. you are talking.
suicides, whether it's suicide, drugs, you see, they are your future. Now, life is not going to be always smooth. You'll go through ups and downs. Now, the psychological support that those children require, emotional support that those children require, are we as a society gearing up to that? Today, it's not a problem. When it becomes a problem, I might not be alive also. That's a different matter. But if we go at these rates, where is it taking us?
Are we lacking in policies or are we lacking in social consciousness about these issues?
You see, we have to need a lot more conscious. We have to become a lot more conscious that these problems exist. It's better to learn out of history than committing the same mistakes and then facing it. You see, if you don't learn from history, history will repeat itself.
So was it wrong for then Congress-led governments to start this campaign of Hum Do Hamare Do, or that was required?
That time the problem was different. We had runaway growth. You see, we had runaway growth. So what was it that they came, let us stop by the third child. Then the third became 2, the 2 became 1, the 1 is becoming
0.
so these are the things that are worrying us. And when we say children are our future, and we keep children out of the picture totally, including physically, don't even allow them to be born, then what type of future are we thinking of?
That's a big worry. That's something to ponder about even for the
I think for everyone it's going to be a thing to ponder.
आज इस चाय के स्वाद में कुछ खास बात है।
देखते हैं खाना कैसे बनाती है।
भाभी, मेरे लिए सब्जी रोटी।
भाभी, मेरे लिए स्पेशल बासमती राइस।
डॉक्टर साहिबा, सबकी पसंद का ख्याल कैसे रखोगी? मेरी भी कुछ डिमांड है।
एक डॉक्टर होने के नाते सेहत का ख्याल रखना मेरा फर्ज है, और एक बहू होने के नाते परिवार वालों का दिल जीतना भी मेरा फर्ज है।
ये सब पॉसिबल हो पाया है पंचामृता की वजह से।
इंडिया का फर्स्ट फोर्टिफाइड राइस और इनके सारे प्रोडक्ट जो खाने में पौष्टिक तत्व की कमी को भर देते हैं। आई सर्टिफाइड वेयर फूड इज फोर्टिफाइड।
Sir, what about tourism? Have you been going around to on the beaches?
No, I haven't gone around the beaches. I just went to this Fort Agoda because what interested me was that water thing.
Tank. There is also a prison down there. You visited prison where Ramana was imprisoned and
As soon as the first thing I did after coming as a governor here was sought, because we call on the Rashtrapati, call on the Prime Minister, all these things are there. So I sought those appointments and they were given, and when I reached Delhi, I made a request. Because when I was a minister in 2014, cabinet had come to a decision of a war memorial in Delhi, and it was constructed and all that, and I had a wish of seeing it to pay my respects to all those brave hearts. So having come as a governor, I had this opportunity. And coming to Goa, I thought I should pay my respects also to the brave hearts of Goa.
freedom fighters.
No. Those who have sacrificed their lives in our armed forces after freedom.
So where did you go?
So War Memorial, Delhi.
Okay. You went to
So I made a request.
Okay.
So they told me that they were not keeping the thing statewide, the armed forces. But they made an effort to me, and they identified 5 brave hearts of Goa who gave up their lives to keep our freedom going. You know, we have lost a touch of a lot of things. So, because we owe something to them, why are they giving up their lives? For our freedom.
Correct.
Now we have to define our freedom. If we are not going to define our freedom, don't expect another country people to come and do it for us. So I got the opportunity. So I made use of the opportunity. I went there, all the 5 people, they have these things, walls on which the stone, the brick is there, the name of the person is there. And they have a culture in our armed forces where you place a flower over that. And then you pay your respects. So I was able to do that to 5 brave hearts of Goa.
Are you also visiting their families here in Goa?
We asked them to identify where those families are. Because I asked Raj Bhavan that please identify where they are so that when we have official functions like Independence Day and we have receptions, we can invite members of the family. After all, there can never be a sacrifice higher than one's life. And I got a bonus there. Someone recognized that I was from Vijayanagaram, and they remembered that one of the old palaces was converted into a Sainik school. And a student of that Sainik school, Lieutenant Colonel Santosh Babu, he had sacrificed his life in Galwan.
Okay.
So I was able to pay respects to him also, to the memory. I think as Indians, the least we can do is pay our respects to those who have sacrificed their lives for our freedom.
So you want to identify those 5 families?
I requested Raj.
There is one family in Vasco.
Wherever they are, the names are there. They have that.
So you will
There
be
was
visiting
one
them.
person, they told me that they did identify, but that family member was too old to even come to Raj Bhavan for the reception.
Okay.
So anyway, whatever it is, but it's our duty, irrespective of whether they come, they don't come, is to make the effort to identify them and honor that family. You're trying to honor the memory of that gentleman who gave his life for the country.
Sir, if this is in public domain, if you can share in public domain, you met Prime Minister and Rashtrapati before
Yes.
taking over. What's that they told you that you are going to Goa? So XYZ.
You
do something.
see, the Rashtrapati gave me a copy of the Constitution of India. I cherish it because it's a collector's item. Though all of us have had copies of the Constitution of India. But this is a present from the Rashtrapati of India. And it's a nice thing to keep as a personal copy. So that's there. Then Prime Minister we called on, because normally they only have appointed you as a governor. The notification comes in the name of Rashtrapati, but then it's the government that recommends to the Rashtrapati, and we know that.
Yeah.
So, what is it that they want to have as a push in the policy? Now, what was bothering, I think, them was the diseases.
Okay.
In our country, we have come over smallpox, like polio. We almost got eradicated, except that now we have to take Swachh Bharat to its logical conclusion, and then polio will never come. So it is at that level. But what was bothering them was tuberculosis, TB.
Okay.
So they have a program throughout the country, and Goa is no exception. So they wanted the stresses to come so that we are able to eradicate TB throughout the country. So, and so that's it.
So that is one mandate you have right now.
So it's not exactly a mandate, it's one stress area of Government of India. The mandate will be with the state government. After all, we have to depend on the state government. I'm no doctor, I'm not going to. But we will encourage them. We will request you, spread awareness on TB so that we can, as a people, India can come out of it. So like this, will be places which we have to identify, which we have to go ahead. Now, there could be a state where literacy is very low. You have a high literacy, there's no point of saying you become more literate. But there will be a state probably with a little low literacy, which there will be another state with another peculiar problem. But then whether it is that state or this state, diseases don't make any difference to anywhere.
They don't have boundaries.
They don't have boundaries. So they have to be tackled very differently.
Yeah. So last question. So there are two aspects of Goa which are very important. One is mining, another is tourism. And we have seen, as far as tourism is concerned, now the season will start. Are you also monitoring or watching how tourism is going on, and also watching the resumption of mining activity in Goa?
You see, mining activity there was some hiccups it went through. So that was a thing even the colonizing people had done. That time it is historical in that sense. Now tourism is one area which is the highest employer for capital invested throughout the world. Now there are success stories everywhere. There are failed stories everywhere. Now you have to gather the success stories, you have to gather the failed stories. And you have to avoid those failed mistakes. And where the successes are, why are they succeeding? Are they resting on their laurels, or are they kind of continuously improving? I would suggest that you have to continuously improve. Because if you continuously improve, your tourism becomes more and more strong. And there are some points which are generating problems. Like once upon a time, tourism had everything to do with multi-billionaires or millionaires. Now it's a common man. Their disposable incomes have increased. And India's advantage is that Indians themselves are younger. We are in sizable number itself. So if Indians can travel, we will not only understand one another better, which is also a continuous process, because we are one of the few countries that are, the way you look at it, is multi-religious, multilingual. Our own parliament uses 22 languages.
Including Konkani now.
So we have a lot of strengths, we have a lot of diversity, and this has thrown up such a rich culture, such a rich literature in all languages. So we have a lot of continuous effort to be done, and if we keep up with it, it's a good thing. Tourism is helpful provided we don't ruin our what do you call it, infrastructure. God has given us a lot.
Environment and
Environment,
resources.
resources. Like if you look at Singapore, they had come up with the night safari. Just to keep a tourist overnight, they generated that attraction there. All the animals also are active during the night in that place. They succeeded. It's running there for so many years. Now they have gone into another type of tourism. So tourists basically, one has to look at what is happening all around the world, all around our country. Because Singapore has no heritage. I have an added advantage of a heritage.
True.
So that way, we have to see leisure tourism, like adventure tourism. Then there's a new thing that has started, medical tourism. So I don't know how these things will ultimately work, but you have to be constantly and consistently at all this.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us time and opportunity to interview.
Thank you very much.
So तुम पळयतात गोवा न्यूज अप, कीप वॉचिंग.